Hey there, I'm Julie Herndon, owner and founder of Socially Inclined and Your Social Plan. And today you are here because you signed up for the 5 days to 5X your online visibility, engagement, and sales challenge. And today we're just going to jump right in. First, I wanted to thank you for joining. And obviously, this challenge is for people who are in any facet of social media, whether you are looking to just improve, you've already got a handle on it, or you're a newbie and have no idea what's going on. So the format is you're going to have 5 days. There's going to be a PDF every single day with an accompanied video that will walk you through the PDF. So today, and again, we're trying to get engagement on your social media accounts so that way you're seen and you're putting out content that is actually prompting people to understand what you do and want to buy from you and want to engage with you. So today is Get Personal. And obviously social media is meant to be, you're supposed to be social on Facebook and Instagram and all walks of social media. So that the problem comes in is that a lot of people are introverts and they don't really like to be social they want to be lurkers and they want to not really interact. So today's challenge is really going to try to get you out of your comfort zone a little bit with a template to be able to help you and to understand why it's really, really important. So each day we're going to start off with an affirmation, and today's affirmation is: I am an outgoing and magnetic entrepreneur who is inspired to share my story to attract my ideal clients and entice them to engage with my content, which will result in sales. That's a little bit of a long affirmation, but I wanted to get it all in there for you. So we're outgoing and magnetic. So I want you to repeat that as many times as it needs for you to feel comfortable. So if you are magnetic, that means you're attracting the customers that you're wanting to attract. So repeat that a few times and we'll move on. So today, obviously, is Get Personal. And we talked a little bit about the fact that, people either love it or hate it. So wherever you are, we're going to try to give you some tips that will help you to, whether you really will ever love it, but it'll help you to feel more comfortable with it. So today's, we've got 5 tips for getting personal. So number 1, we're going to share your story. And people need to be able to get to know you to want to do business with you. With that, I've got after I go through these 5, if you'll scroll on down, you'll be able to see that I have a template that will help you to introduce yourself. And it'll help you. You can paste this somewhere and you can use it, you can tweak it. But the main thing is to share your story so that people begin to know, like, and trust you. And there are many ways besides this template that I'm giving you. Sharing images, be sure to have a great bio on your platforms. Your cover photo, you can actually insert a description. A lot of these things are going to be covered. I've got a program coming out, Social in 60. A lot of these things will be covered in that. But for now, because this is a challenge and I don't want to overwhelm you, I just want to touch on some of the things that can be done. The next thing is to make connections and join groups. So obviously, the point of social is to be social and network. So Facebook, LinkedIn, both have a tremendous amount of groups that you can join and find like-minded individuals. So there's 2 ways that you can do this. You can, or 2 things that you should be doing. You should be joining groups that are where you have other business owners that are like you so that you can bounce ideas off. And that would be like joining this group. And then the other would be joining groups where your ideal customer would be. So, like for me, social media, I would be joining other groups about social media. And my target market also is network marketers. So if there are groups for Unique Presenters or LuLaRoe or LipSense, whatever they would be, I could join groups and try to strike up conversations and introduce subtly what I do. The next is to integrate your personality with pictures, interests, and talents, and integrate those into stories. So you're going to share stories that showcase you as the expert in your industry. So for the most part, most people that are active on social media aren't really showcasing themselves and what they do. So even on your personal profile, if you will start interjecting a little bit about what you do in your business, you will definitely see people that will start asking questions and start referring people. And that is really amazing. So since I've really upped my game with that, I've had many clients come to me strictly from social media. So yes, you can grow and get sales strictly from social media if you do it right. The next thing to get personal is to give. And what I mean by this is to give support, advice, answer questions. So whether it be that you're popping into other groups, don't wait for people just to ask you a question. You go and seek out the questions that you have the answers to and that can come across as the expert. So be sure to provide value. Don't ask anything in return. Just put yourself out there and answer questions and be helpful. And then after you start doing this, people will recognize you in the group and know that you're a leader in the group as far as being able to answer questions. And then the last thing is to go live. This is really hard for a lot of people. It is not something that I love myself, and it's to go live on Facebook. But it's the best way for people to be able to know you and get to know you, to be able to trust you. So that's what we're doing, is building know, like, and trust. So even if it's just once a week, if you have to practice, you can create here's a little trip. If you can create a group that no one else is in, you have to put one person in it. So you can, if you have a friend or if you have another account, but create a group. It's a closed group, private group, no one can see. Put one person in it and then practice going live, so that way you can feel what that is like. I use Zoom and I use BeLive. BeLive, it really helps you to showcase that live, to be able to put examples up and things like that. But for the most part, I just want you to get comfortable in the thought of even trying to do it. So later on, we may have, after this challenge, in a month or two, we might do a go live challenge where we can just invite each other to come inside this group where you've got all of your friends that you're going to be making now. So there's no judgment. But anyway, for the time being, you can just go live in a private group of your own and practice. All right, so for today's assignment, so that was your 5 tips. For today's assignment, we're going to take tip number 1, and we're going to use this template that I created to help you to be able to introduce yourself into groups. So you're going to create the introduction template, and I've got it right here, and it says, "Hey there, insert group name or nickname of group to members." So it'd be like, "Hey, get socially incliners," which that's not really cute. We're going to have to come up. If anybody has any names for, what we can call ourselves, that would be awesome. It says, "My name is Julie," and insert something interesting about yourself. I love to fish, whatever that is, something interesting about yourself. Or I love, to read about social media. I don't know, obviously something a little more clever than that, but insert information about what you enjoy for fun and what makes you unique. And it says, "I am," your role. So I am a social media marketer at Socially Inclined that provides social media tips. So that was benefits to your ideal clients. So busy entrepreneurs like you. And it says, let's see. No, I joined this group to what you'd like to get out of it. So I joined this group to learn more about social media, or to get comfortable with social media, or to get more engagement on social media, whatever it is. And I'm excited to be here. I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you better. Please let me know if you have any questions about, and then list something that you do, and try to work in, something. So if you're a unique presenter, you could say, ask me questions about makeup tips, or I'm sure we can get more creative than that, but you get the idea. So once you've got that built, you're going to come back into the group and you're actually going to post it so we can get to know you. Just post it as its own post, because I want you to go and comment on other people. So I'm only asking you to do one. Obviously, if you can comment on other, 3 or 4 other people's, that would really help them out as well. So write your intro, post it here in the group as a new post, and then go comment on at least one person's, make a connection with someone is basically what you're doing. So you're trying to get comfortable with being personal. A bonus, if you can add a picture of yourself to go with it. Doesn't have to be anything you've made in Canva, just shoot a selfie and add it in there. And that is basically it for today. I have a little bit of, there's one other page, and it just talks about if you need any more help. I don't know if you're familiar with the Your Social Plan planners that I've been doing for 3 years, but basically we do a fill in the blank template like this. We do 3 of those every day, and we do a post idea every day that is meant to showcase you, your business, your products, your services, and it kind of gives you a prompt to be able to do this. So if you never know what to post, Your Social Plan is for you. You can check it out. There's no pressure. It's yoursocialplan.com. So, but for now, that is all for today's challenge. I will be in the group all day, probably all night. So be sure to get your tasks done. Everybody that posts today will actually be entered to win the dashboard version of Your Social Plan, and with the dashboard together. Also be giving some Amazon gift cards away too for interaction. So be sure and get personal today. We want to get to know you. Thanks again for joining the challenge. I'm Julie Herndon. See you soon.